There are new rules for businesses and you need to take action now. In this presentation, I'm going to cover rules of origin. The way you trade goods with the EU has changed. To trade tariff-free with the EU, you need to comply with rules of origin. This presentation explains what you need to know and the key actions to take to trade tariff-free with the EU. The UK is no longer part of the EU Customs Union. Trade is now governed by the UK-EU Trade and Cooperation Agreement, known as the TCA. As of the 1st of January 2021, UK goods exported to the EU are eligible for zero tariffs. To access zero tariffs, goods must meet the rules of origin requirements set out in the agreement and have the right documentation. If not, the exported goods may be subject to EU tariffs. This applies to UK exports to the EU and also to EU products imported into the UK. Rules of origin determine the economic nationality of a good. They are a standard part of free trade agreements. Rules of origin in the UK-EU Trade and Cooperation Agreement ensure that only goods produced in the UK or EU benefit from the zero tariff agreement. Different goods must comply with different rules, and there must be sufficient production in the country of export to qualify. The definitions of sufficient production also vary by the type of good. This presentation will set out the types of rules goods may need to comply with and the documentation required to comply. For full guidance on rules of origin when trading with the EU, please visit the gov.uk website or scan the QR code on screen now. The UK is no longer part of the EU Customs Union. This means that goods imported into Great Britain cannot move freely between GB and EU member states or vice versa. To be eligible for zero tariff export to the EU, these goods must still comply with rules of origin. This means there must be a qualifying level of production in the UK. This applies to EU origin goods as well as to goods from the rest of the world. If traders move goods through GB from one EU member state to another without the goods entering UK customs territory, meaning without entering free circulation in GB, the goods may not need to meet rules of origin. To learn more about rules of origin and benefiting from zero tariffs, scan the QR code on screen, which explains more about how to claim preferential tariffs when trading with the EU. The following slides will explain how to claim zero tariffs when exporting goods to the EU. There are 3 key steps to work out whether your goods comply with rules of origin and are eligible for zero tariffs. You need to classify your good, understand whether your good meets the applicable rule of origin, and understand how to demonstrate origin to the customs authorities. This part of the presentation will explain what action you need to take for each of these steps. You may choose to use a customs agent to help you with rules of origin. There is guidance available on how to find a customs agent. You may still need to provide supporting evidence about the goods you are exporting to your customs agent. For the purposes of international trade, all goods are classified under the harmonised system, an internationally standardised system to identify goods. You will need to know the classification of your goods to find the applicable rule of origin. The harmonised system forms the first 6 digits of the 10-digit commodity code when importing goods into the UK or the EU. Products are categorised into chapters, 2 digits, headings, 4 digits, and subheadings, 6 digits. Please see the example on this slide. You can also scan the QR code on screen to use the Trade Tariff Lookup tool to classify your goods. You need to understand your supply chain to know where your materials or imports come from, whether they originate in the UK or EU, or whether they come from the rest of the world, known as non-originating. You can count EU origin materials and processing when considering whether your UK export to the EU meets rules of origin requirements if there is a qualifying level of production in the UK. This is called cumulation. The TCA does not include cumulation of content from any other trade partner. If the good you export incorporates non-originating material, you need to comply with the relevant product-specific rule. There are rules for different goods. You will need to work out whether your goods comply using the classification from step 1. You should refer to the list of product-specific rules in the TCA to find the applicable rule for your product. You should refer to the list of product-specific rules in the TCA to find the applicable rule for your product. However, there are 4 types of rule which your goods may need to comply with. Wholly obtained. If a good is fully grown, born, or extracted from the UK, it is considered wholly obtained and is eligible for zero tariffs. This mainly applies to agricultural products like vegetables grown in the UK, but could also apply to mineral products extracted from the soil of the UK. A change in tariff code. This means that all the non-originating inputs must be classified in a different harmonized system code to the final product. This can apply at a chapter, heading, or subheading level. Non-originating means any material that does not originate in the UK or EU, or where the origin cannot be determined. A value-added rule, also known as maximum non-originating content. If a rule requires a maximum level of non-originating material, then a certain amount of value of the final product must be generated in the UK or the EU. This can include UK originating parts or value added in the production, such as labour and manufacturing costs. A specific processing rule. Some rules require a specific operation or a set of operations to take place in the UK in order for that good to be classified as UK originating. For example, for certain chemicals, a chemical reaction must take place in the UK. There are examples of these rules in the TCA Rules of Origin guidance on gov.uk. You must have evidence to prove your goods meet rules of origin. You may also require evidence from your supplier, such as a supplier declaration. You can self-declare that your goods meet the rules by making out a statement on origin and sending this to your customer with your export. Your customer can use this as the basis of their claim for zero tariffs. This is known as claiming preference. The template text for the statement on origin can be found in the TCA. Importers can alternatively claim preference based on importers' knowledge. Where this option is used, you do not need to provide your customer with a statement on origin, though they may ask you to provide other information about the goods to support their claim for zero tariffs. Until the 31st of December 2021, UK and EU exporters do not need suppliers' declarations in place when the goods are exported, but they must be confident that the exported goods meet the rules of origin requirements. Businesses may be asked to retrospectively provide a supplier's declaration after this date. Scan the QR code on screen to check which rules of origin apply to your exports. The following slides will explain how to claim zero tariffs when importing goods into the UK. To access zero tariffs when importing into the UK from the EU, you will need to claim preference on your customs declaration. you will need to hold proof that the goods you are importing meet the rules of origin. Under the TCA, preference is claimed either with a statement on origin or using importer's knowledge that the goods are originating. You can choose which option to use. A statement on origin should be provided to you by the exporter on a commercial document. To use importer's knowledge, you will need to obtain sufficient evidence that the goods meet rules of origin. This may involve the exporter providing a range of supporting documentation. The UK is taking a staged approach to customs controls. This allows traders to make a record in their own commercial records at the point of entry of goods into Great Britain and submit a customs declaration and any claim for preference to HMRC within 6 months of the point of import. This easement is only for UK companies importing from the EU. To learn more about rules of origin and benefiting from zero tariffs when importing goods, please visit these QR pages or scan the QR codes on screen. You can also find details for HMRC to get help on importing and exporting. Finally, the border operating model sets out the UK staged approach to customs controls, which apply to imports into the UK from the 1st of January 2021. New rules are here and will affect your business. The time to successfully comply with the new rules can take longer than you think, so you need to take action now.